Yeah.
What do you know about this series Fringe?
Fringe. What I know of it is it's a little bit of a mix of it's a little bit of the X-Files meets a little bit of Supernatural meets a little bit of, what was the name of that? Was it Trinity? The one with oh heck, I'm trying to blank on it. Didn't last long. It only ran about 7 episodes on CBS. It was the one with Brent Spiner. It was kind of like an X-Files.
Surface? Was it Surface? Or
No,
Not Surface.
I just saw it.
You know the one I'm thinking of.
Sci-Fi Channel, original series.
Yeah, it wasn't Sci-Fi, it was on CBS.
Yeah.
It was on Friday nights, it was the one about the government agency,
Yeah.
there was the alien,
And the aliens
and the
were
water, the
virus,
symbol, and the
techno-
virus and all that. A little
Yeah.
bit of everything, a little bit of a mix. Now, of course, with Abrams, that's not what it's gonna be, and there's gonna be a real twist to it. But it at least has got people interested enough, and the thing is, as I always, you know, as it comes down to it, everybody laughed at the Fox network and said, geez, what a bunch of idiots, look at these upstart morons. You know, 20 years ago, everybody was laughing at them. And now you look at it. Simpsons, still going strong. Family Guy, you know, right there with the Simpsons for ratings. Prison Break, 24, Bones, House, Terminator. And on top of that, they're going to put this new Abrams series, which could launch and be absolutely gigantic.
I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah. So they've got this coming out, they've got a lot of stuff coming out. And what you're going to see in the fall is there were some shows that will return, like unfortunately Bionic Woman is gone. Now,
I don't know about Bionic Woman, that new one, for some reason I just didn't like it.
yeah, the problem was they had a problem with it, and there was some talk that Katie Sackhoff and the female lead did not get along at all. And one of the problems was they weren't quite sure what to do with it. People tuned in and they had huge numbers to begin because people expected a campy, updated version of the original series. And they got a much darker, serious show than they were expecting. So some people kind of turned away from that. And the sad thing about it was the last 4 or 5 episodes, they were rolling. They had found their stride, and you could see the direction that they were going. And it was like, I think this could work. If the writing holds up, this is going to work. But unfortunately, by that time, they'd already lost enough of the audience. The strike hit, and they just said too much trouble to bring it back. Case in point, Battlestar Galactica. Now, it ended with the big dropping revelation that we had in the last episode. They found Earth, but Earth was not what they were expecting. I don't know if any of you saw it, but it was a huge, I mean, stunned. Jaws dropped all over the place when they were. Anyone have a problem with me to?
I haven't seen it. No.
Okay. You want me to say what happened?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
I don't get
Yeah.
the channel, so I'd like to hear it.
They jump to Earth and they land. A group of Cylons and a group of humans, they land on Earth. And they're all joyous, they're celebrating, there's a big announcement that, you know, we started this thing, we got it. And they have this really nice thing of the landing craft coming down, and you can tell they're happy because they're weaving in and out, they're celebrating, they land on Earth. And all of a sudden all the Geiger counters go off. And they get a handful of dirt and they look up and there's the New Jersey skyline and it's been nuked to hell. The planet's obviously been destroyed and abandoned a long time ago. So that answers the question. When? That was the big thing. When were they going to land, during what time frame? So they've obviously landed in Earth of the future that's been completely obliterated by some atomic war. Now the question is, did we turn on each other and do it? Now, as I pointed out, I think we're going to find out that their whole mythology has been completely wrong. Their settlers didn't come from the 12 tribes to Kobol to Earth. It was the other way around. What was left of Earth went to Kobol, went there and found it. And I think that's how it's going to come out, is that it's going to turn out that what was left of humanity ended up going there, and that humanity has gone full circle, hence the whole point. No matter where we go, we're destined to destroy ourselves. But they still have, I think, 9 or 10 episodes to go. They're not coming back until January. So we have to sit there until January. And to further confuse us, if this wasn't enough, they have a spin-off series called Caprica, which is going to be set with Adama's great-grandfather, about basically how the Cylons came to be and all of that. They're going to debut that before they even give us the final episodes to round out the series.
Now, wasn't there the main notion that there was something like Eagles or something that they had going on with it? Where there was the pure military aspect of Battlestar Galactica?
That is apparently what Caprica may become. We don't know.
Well, I thought it was already running.
Not sure.
They did,
That was Flint.
Razor.
Razor.
Oh, Razor was, yeah, it was a TV movie, yes.
Oh.
No, that being said, I'm glad you asked that, because that brings up the next point. While officially Galactica is ending at the end of season 4, there has been, and you know, I kind of agree with it, what they were concerned about is audiences' attention does wane from time to time. And the powers that be said, look, let's go out on, let's make sure we wrap this up properly. Let's make sure there's a conclusion to the series, and let's go out on a high note rather than drag it on, getting canceled mid-season, whatever. So, you know, they worked out a deal with the network, no problem, we're gonna let you finish it, you have your ending, we'll even consider spin-offs. Well, apparently they're so happy future films have been commissioned, like Razor, which are gonna be, you know, 2 hours, straight to the point, fill in the gaps. Some may be prequels, some may be post-Galactica, so they're keeping their options open on that, and we have Caprica coming. Let's see, there's just so much right now that you know, the studios, like for example, anyone here watch Prison Break?
So those versus.
Yeah, good show, really good show. They kind of lost, the problem they had with Prison Break, and this is not really anyone's fault. Prison Break was originally you know, the original idea for Prison Break was that it could be a mini-series, but you know, 13 episodes, there you go, but if it takes off, we have enough for 2 years. So it took off, they got their 2 years. The problem was it was still going strong, so they had to come up with, what do we do now? Now, many people said the last season suffered because it very much was, all right, what are we going to do? Where do we go from here? So a lot of people said they kind of reinvented the wheel and said, all right, we're going to go back here, but it didn't have the intensity, it didn't have the setup. That being, and then of course, strike shortened season. That being said, now they're all here and they're revamped. They're looking at it saying, okay, now we've established this new thing, we've got a new 2-year storyline. And they're coming back, and apparently they're coming back really strong and really edgy. It is, and it's going to work. There's even talk that it is so huge that they may springboard into a film to do a finale. Same thing with Lost. I mean, Lost has got what I think one of the most brilliant moves in the history of television. A lot of people thought they were winding it up at the end of the 3rd season. A lot of people said, you know, okay, I can see it winding down, this is going on. And Abrams came out and said, look, I want to clear up a lot of confusion with you guys here. We have cut a deal with ABC. This is a 6-year show. We have been guaranteed it will run 6 years. We're going to have 3 more seasons of 16-episode seasons. Now, a lot of people, a show like Star Trek, they film in 6 to 7 days. It takes 18 to 21 days to film a 1-hour episode of Lost. It is on location in Hawaii. It's expensive. You know, I talked to, you know, someone was on the show, and they said, you know, you don't realize it. You think, oh, yeah, you poor babies, how hard is it filming in Hawaii? They're in remote locations when they film this. You have the issue with the water, the condensation, the lighting, the weather. And they said, you know, some of the things, like, for example, one of them said, well, I come to work, you know, when I'm dressed, I'm ready to go. And then they give me the shirt. And he said they refer to it as the hero shirt, and it's this real nasty, dirty, maybe smelly thing that's supposed to be what I've been wearing for the last, you know, 100 and something days on the island.
Because you have that.
Yeah, he said it can stand up on its own. They don't clean the thing.